Greetings to you and welcome to mini tutorials. Hope you are doing well. In today's tutorial, I'll actually be showing you how to do a couple of things in Microsoft Word. Okay, this tutorial will help you insert, let's say, table of content, list of figures, um, list of tables, add references, or should I say, add sources. Okay, bibliographical sources, like books, articles, whatever, and then cite these articles or books or whatever within or journals or whatever within your document, so you add citations and then insert your bibliography afterwards. So list of tables, list of figures, table of content, bibliography. This video will actually help you do all these things. Okay. So without much ado, I'll just open Microsoft Word and then show you how. All right. So right here, I have, let's say, my fresh Word document, and I'll just insert multiple pages so that we can start what we want to do. Okay. So to insert a page in Microsoft Word, press and hold the Control key and press Enter multiple times. So if you want, let's say, 5 pages, you press and hold on the Control key and Enter. Make sure you click on the page so that when the cursor is blinking like this, you press and hold the Control key, and then you press Enter multiple times. So if I want 5 pages, I just press Enter 5 times while holding the Control key. If I want 10 pages, I press 10 times while holding the Control key. So let's go ahead. I just press Control, then I'll press Enter all times. All right, so I've just inserted a couple of pages, which is good. And now what I will try to do is I will make this first page definitely my front page or cover page. So I would like to design it a little bit. Okay. But before that, let's just number our pages. Okay. So let's number our pages from page one to whatever. So I just click on insert here, click on the insert tab, page numbers here. Then I'll just pick, I always prefer bottom right. So I'll pick this one here. Okay. And then my pages are numbered. Okay, after my pages are numbered, I'll try to make, like I said, this front page my cover page. So, and to do this, I will have to create a section because I actually don't want the front page to be numbered, and at the same time, I don't want the front page. Like I said, I don't want the front page to be numbered, and at the same time, I would like to add a border to it. So if I should put a border here, the border will appear on the other pages. And if I should try deleting the page number, the front page, to select I mean, to you just double click on the footer and then, or the header to select the headers and footers pane. And then now you can actually write something within your header or footer. So currently, because I haven't created sections, if I should try deleting the page number of the front page, I'm going to lose everything. The page numbers will actually be deleted for the rest of the document, as you can see. So if I don't want that, let me come back. If I don't want that, then I have to create a section so that whatever that I do on the front page will not affect the rest of the document. To create a section, you just click on the page here, and I just click on layout, breaks, come to page section breaks, and I just click next page. Okay, now if I should double click, you realize that the front page is now is a full section, section 1, and the rest of the document will become section 2. And I'll actually make sure that the footer of my next page right after the front page is not linked to the previous page. So just uncheck, just make sure you place your cursor within the footer, double click on the footer, To select it, you place your cursor there. Then you just click on the second page, next to or right after the front page. Then I just click on and check link to previous. Okay, so now it's not linked. And now what that means is that if I should delete the page number of the front page, it's not going to affect the rest of my document. So I just deleted it, but you see that the page numbers of the rest of the documents are still there. The next thing I want to do is to make sure that uh, this numbering here starts from page one, and not page two, because I've now deleted the page number of the front page. Okay. So to make sure this starts from one going, then I just click on the document, right click on insert here, come to page number here, then I click on format page numbers, then I click on start, make sure I start from one. If not, you could increase it's now at two, make it at one, then you just hit OK. Now everything is perfect. And I can come to the front page. Like I was saying, just design my front page. You can say, for instance, this is an article, or this is a thesis report, or whatever. Okay, so I'm just trying to do something. Let me center all of this. Okay, let me center the text. Perfect. So it's like Article 23 written by Minukun in 2014. And I can simply even add a, what do you call it? A border front page. To add a border is very simple. I just click on anywhere within the document, and then I click on, since I've created a section, I can add a border to just this section, which is the front page. So I'll click on this design, then I have border here. Let me just click select box, and I will make the color blue, for instance. Increase the thickness of the border to, let's say, 3, and we'll apply it to just this section, and just hit OK. So see, the front page of the article is nice already. And what I wanted to show you was how do we insert table of content, whatever. So we start with, here will be, this first page will be table of content. So this table of content. The second page will be, let's go to the second page. So somewhere here will actually be list of figures, list of tables, and all of that. So let's write list of figures for tables first. So list of tables, list of figures. What we need references. Okay, so let's just say, for instance, this particular part is, let's say, chapter one is introduction, for instance. So this page we just say in chapter one, and then we can say chapter one, one will be history. Oh, okay, let me come back. I don't want bullet points. Okay. So one would be background, one two could be history. Then I can go to chapter two. Chapter two. I'm just trying to create something so that I know the day we can insert our table of content and all of that. So that chapter two, I can say, for instance, uh, the subject. I'm just writing anything. Don't mind me. The subject in details. Whatever we can put conclusion here. You know. The next thing will be what? Conclusion. The next thing will be what? Let me just set the page. Control Enter. So here will be actually references or bibliography, whichever one you want. Okay. So I think right now our document is pretty nice. Okay. So I'll just make sure I create a couple of tables for the purpose of this tutorial. So let's assume that I can just hit enter here. Then I'll just insert somewhere here. I'll just say whatever table one, table figure one, or whatever. So we can insert a table here. To insert a table, just hit on insert, and then you can insert a table here. For instance, we have a table here, and I'll name this. So how do we enter the table name? Enter the table name, you just go ahead and click on um, references. You have to insert a legend or a caption, what we call the caption. In French, they say legend. So in English, you insert a caption, and then you on you click on this drop down menu, then you just say table. Usually for the numbering of tables, we use Roman numerals, and the title is supposed to be above the table. So we use click on numbering, and we select Roman numerals here. I just hit OK, and then hit OK. Now table one, I can put column, and then I'll write what it is. So table one is, let's say, percentage of students. I could actually insert yet another table. So you can go ahead, click on preferences, set caption. You see automatically it has entered what table two. I just hit OK, put column. Now write cities of students, for example. So let's insert that table. Just insert, just draw yet another table. Okay, now for figures. For figures, we can put it on, let's say, somewhere here. We can just insert a figure. So a figure is usually a picture, right? So we can insert a caption, preferences as usual and set a caption. Then we just say select here, make sure you select figure. Then the numbering, we often use numbers for figures, not Roman numerals. And it's supposed to be under the figure actually. So let's just hit that. Okay. And then I'll title this picture of students. So now we have to, let's take it down. Okay, down, 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 because the picture will be somewhere here. And I can just go to the internet and grab a picture. So let's pick a picture right here. I just want to say picture of students in Kenya, for instance. Okay, I said picture of students in Uganda, for instance. And pick something like this. Okay, these are students in the lab, I guess. You know, just grab the picture. Or maybe I should pick this. Just grab the picture and then come and place it somewhere here. Perfect. You know, so let me go back a bit. Okay, this is nice so far. Now that we have inserted our captions for our tables and our figures, it means that we can insert our list of figures and list of tables. Okay, but before we do that, we need to also add our citations now. So for our citations, let's start writing something. Okay, so let me just write something on the document somewhere. Let's say under introduction, background. On the background, I can say, for instance, I'm just writing something. Okay, let's come to history, for instance. I'm just gonna write something. Students are often tired. Let me write that. Students are often tired. So according to the Ministry of Education, students are often tired. So I'm gonna add a citation somewhere here. According to the Ministry of Education, then I put a citation. Students are often tired, you know. And the world is a the let's say students are often tired, and this affects their grades. Okay, so It's just something I've written, okay? And now I'm gonna grab some articles, okay? So I need to add citations to go to the table of content, by defining our titles and subtitles and all of that. But now let's work on this first. So I'm going to cite some articles. I'll just go to the internet again. I can go to Google Scholar, for instance. Okay, so Google Scholar, I can just type something like, just look for an articles about students. Okay, then okay, why students cheat. Click on that. All right, so um, just for your information, it's always nice if you have like you could I will actually show you how to add sources directly to I mean by typing yourself, manually to Microsoft Word. But if you had something like Zotero, or there's yet another app that is very good for managing citations, like this particular article, you could just save it straight into the app management, sorry, the citation management app like Zotero or whatever. And that way it captures all the metadata accurately. Who is the author? What kind of article is it? Is it a book? Is it a whatever that it is? The year, the date, the co-authors, and all of that. But since we don't have Zotero, we have no choice than to enter this manually, in Word. Actually, I've already made videos on Zotero, but currently I'm just gonna do this especially for people who don't know how to use Zotero and who haven't even installed it. If not, Zotero is actually free software. So we do the entries manually in Word, and you see how it works. So this is an article. I can just copy already the title of the article. It's Why Students Cheat. Come to my Word document, and like in this article, I'm citing something that, according to the Ministry of, okay, let me say I'm citing something that parents must do well to support their kids in school. Okay, I'm citing it from this article. I have to indicate which page of the article it is, the title of the article, and all of that. So how do I cite this article? To cite this article in my document, I need to add this article as a source of reference. So to add it as a source of reference, I click on Preferences. Where here you have insert, no, not insert caption. We have here um insert citation. So you click on this, add new citation, and then this citation is actually an article. We can say it's a journal article, for instance. Who is the author, the title of the article? I've copied it already. And then who is the author? So the author is Charles Adric or whatever. So let's copy it. Put the author here. Okay. Is it a journal? What is the journal name? If it's a journal article, um, I don't know, journal homepage, whatever. They said what the Journal of Higher Education. So I can put that the Journal of Higher Education as the journal name, for instance. The Journal of Higher Education. Which year was it published? So this was in 2016, November 2016. Which pages am I citing this from? Let's just say page, uh, sorry, let me come back. I could just say page, okay, page 418, for instance. I'm citing this from page 418. And I just go ahead and hit OK. So you see that it has added the article perfectly well. And I can continue citing many other articles. So for instance, I can just type here Ministry of Education of Uganda, for instance. This Google Scholar here. Let me come back to Google Scholar. I can look for another article like Education Uganda, for instance. Okay, so we have, for instance, this particular article here, and I can just assume this is from the Ministry of Education, though I know this is a journal articles, Science Direct, but I can just assume this from there, so according to the Ministry of Education, blah, blah, blah. Over here, just place the cursor here. Now add another citation. Okay, and this is, let's assume it's a report, it's a report from the Ministry of Education or whatever. We just add this. Sorry, this is the title, so we put it here. Why education is not helping the poor. Findings from Uganda. Let's say Ministry of Education is the author. Which year was it? That information, and that is 2018. The page number. I'm assuming that I'm citing it from this particular page. Okay, so 2018. Okay, here there's no need for pages. Let's say Kampala is the city. Kampala. Okay, then I just go ahead and hit OK. So this Ministry of Education, this, that is perfect. Now that I've added my citations, it means that I can also add what my bibliography or references, right? So to do that, I can just go down here, right? And let me normally I supposed to even delete this because when I add the bibliography or references, it will come with a title automatically. So there's no need to write this. I can just delete this. I just go ahead and click on preferences again, bibliography here. Then I can add my bibliography. You see, if I had cited a lot of articles, all these would have appeared here. If you want to add, let's say, references, then you just, it's the same. Bibliography, pick references, you know. So it's very, very simple. Now, what do I do next? The next thing that we have to do is to now add our list of tables and list of figures. So remember, we've already had some captions for our figures and also some captions for our tables, which means we are ready to add our list of figures. So we just come to the list of figures here, and I just click on preferences. When I come to insert table of figures, okay, then I make sure I select here figures. Now go ahead and hit OK. And it has added. If I had multiple figures, then or everything would have appeared here. To add list of tables, the same. Click preferences, place the cursor where you want to insert the list of tables. press, press preferences and set table of figures. Under this caption label, you make sure you pick table. You go ahead and hit OK, and you have your tables added. You can always update your tables anytime you add new content. Basically, if you have added new tables, you just right click on the table of list of tables. You click on update field. If you have just if there's a shift in the table, uh, I mean, if you notice a shift in, let's say you have added some other text, and there is a shift in the position or the page, a shift in the positions of your tables means that for instance, the table was on page 4, but has now moved to page 10, for instance. But you haven't added new tables, then you can just update only the page numbers. But if you have added new tables, then in that case, you have to select update entire table so that those new tables will be added as well as the updating of the page numbers. You can do same for the list of figures. Right click on it, update field, and you're done. Now, the next thing that we have to do is how do we add our table of content? Table of content will depend on your titles, subtitles, and all of that. Okay. So from here going, let's the table of content will be somewhere here. Okay. So, but over here we have list of figures. So we can make this list of figures it's a major heading or title, right? So you select it, come to the home tab, and you see this heading number 1, heading number 2. So list of tables here, this is a major heading. And select list of figures is also a major heading, or just use the select list of tables that we have already selected as major heading. Then you use the painter tool and just okay. Now we move on to introduction. Chapter 1 introduction is also a major heading, so we select it. It's a major heading. Background is a subheading, so we pick number 2 for it. History is also a subheading. We pick heading number 2 for it. Chapter 2 is a major heading. We could even add, sorry, it's a major heading, not number 2. We could even add subtitles. So we can say, for instance, let me go down. Sorry, let me come back. So we could say 111. Okay. And this one we'll say, for instance, history. No, we've already added history. So we're talking about background, uh, or just say education. 1112 will be school, for instance. So these ones are actually what third headings. Okay, because this is third level. Introduction is first level, background is second level, history is also second level under introduction. But these ones are third subtitles under heading, under background, or under introduction, right? So and just select all these three, and I'll just click here, this heading number 3. You can always modify your headings, okay? And when you modify a particular heading, the changes that you apply to the heading will be applied on all the other headings of the same level. So let's assume I have the introduction chapter, which is a major heading, or list of tables, any of them, okay? And I just want to edit it. I can just select it this way and come to, you can always click on this drop down menu here. You can see that pre-selects the type of heading that it is. So this is a major heading, as you can see. So I can right click on this and I'll say modify. I can change the font color, the font size, or whatever. Me, I can change it to green, for instance. I hit OK. You see that all the other major headings will automatically turn into what? Green. Conclusion here is also a major heading. So we can just make it, click here, select heading. You see it's done. And now what do we do after you have done all this? You just go ahead and set your table of contents. So I can even delete this because the table of content also come with a title. There's no need leaving this. Then I just right click. No, I'm saying right clicking. You just place the cursor where you want to insert your table of content. Click on insert. No, you come to rather preferences. And then you have table of content here. You pick table of content, this first one, content, or you pick second one, table of contents. If you want to enter manually, then you pick this. So you can just pick this. And as usual, you can always update your table of content anytime you want by simply right clicking on it, select update, either entire field or whatever, and that is pretty much it. you know. In case, for instance, you have very large tables, okay, let's assume that you had a very large table that cannot enter. You can change the orientation of the page to accommodate a table. Let me show you how you can do that. So I can just put my cursor somewhere here and create a new table, a new page. So to create this new page, I'll just press Control and Enter. Okay, so let's press Control and Enter to create a new page. So this page is now what? Page number 6. Okay, so sorry, it's now the new page that we've created is page number 5, right? So we want to make sure that we change the orientation of page number 5. So right now, if I double click here, you start double click on the header or the footer, you notice that page number 5 that we want to flip and change its orientation is actually in section 2, but we want to isolate it so that we can actually make sure that page number 5, we want to change the orientation to landscape so that everything can enter. We have a very large table of figures. So how do we do that? It means that we have to create a separate section for page number 5. So to do that, then we have to come to page number 4. Just right click somewhere within page number 4. Make sure the cursor is blinking this way, and then you create a section for it. So just click on layout, page breaks, next page. Okay, the section breaks, you click on next page. And then you see that when I did that, page number 5 turned into page number 1. Why? Because it's now a separate section of its own, section 3. However, the rest of the document is still section 3 after page number 5, which is page number 1, because we have created a new section, which is section 3, and which starts from page number what? 5. So you see that the numbering continues from page number 5. But we want to isolate page number 5 so that it can be a separate section. So I can just click on page number 5, which is now numbered as page number 1, which is not true. Sorry. Just click somewhere within it. Okay. And then we click on layout again. We create another section break for it. Breaks, section break, click on next page. And now you see that after page number 5, which is now 4, which is now labeled as 1, we'll change it back to 5. Okay, don't worry about that. But after this now section 3 stands on section 3 all alone. And then section 4 is now this. So we will come back to page number. This is actually page number what? 5. Okay, but we want to make sure that whatever that we anyway, let's continue. So I will simply increase the labeling. So this page number 5. So let me click here. 4 there, so if I instead of 1. So I just double click within this page. I'll click on insert. Then I'll come to page number here, format page number. Then I'll make sure that it starts from what? 5. Let me click on start, increase it to 5. Okay. So this 4, this will be what? 5. After this, here's supposed to be 6 go in this section. So to correct this two, you place your cursor here, insert, page number here, format, increase it to what? 6, do okay. So once you are done with this, now you can change the orientation of your page number 5 since you have isolated it as what? A section on its own. Remember, when you double click on the footer, you can always see your sections or the header. When you double click on the footer or header, so we notice that page number 5 now stands on section 3. And to change the orientation, we simply click within the document like this. We click on design, no, layout. Then we have orientation here. We can just simply pick landscape. And there we go. We have our page number 5 now turned into a gigantic page like this. If we want to insert multiple tables within the same client within the same section or yeah, so we can just press Control Enter, then it will insert the same page within the same section. You see another large page has been added. You see, it's very, very simple. And we can now put, for instance, this table number 3. So we can just insert a caption, sorry, preferences, insert a caption. We make sure we select table. This table number 3, if we do OK, then we say, for instance, grades, students' grades, for instance, grades. We can just insert our table here, insert, and we are done. After we have added this new table, we can go, as I told you earlier on, and edit our list of tables by simply right-clicking on this, update table, update entire table, and you see that the new table has been added. We can also update a table of content if necessary. And that is pretty much it. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and please like the video, subscribe, and share with friends and family. Bye.